Morning. It's another morning at stupid o'clock. Pitch black outside. It's Sunday morning and I always feel a bit guilty about making noise early on a Sunday morning. On a Saturday I don't mind. But I'm going to make a start soon because what I'm doing is quiet. So my plan is to trim the foam insulation back from under all the 2x2 and then start plasterboarding. So got all my plasterboards in and some dry line adhesive there. More plasterboard. So that's going to be my plan. I might just go and have a fire first because boxes to burn. Why can't people get up on a morning and then I wouldn't feel so bad? You can't beat starting the day with a good fire. Well, there's a sunrise coming up there, look. I lost a load of trees in the storm. So I've been having to take them all down from over here. I'm just going to trim any of it down. And then it will hold on my plasterboard, just push my plasterboard down. Won't take long, it takes a few minutes just to go around. Plasterboard lifter. I bought that months ago for here. And I've never used one before. I served my time as a plasterer a lot of years ago. We used to lug these 8x4 boards around on our own. I used to do lots of fire precaution work at Bridlington, and we'd lug these boards up like 4 or 5 story stairwells in all the guest houses. And we'd have to do every ceiling where there was a room above. And we'd think nothing of it. We'd just lug them up, overboard all the ceilings, lifting 8x4 boards on our own. And we'd just get on with it. I looked at this and I just thought, nah. So I bought this board lifter. So we shall see how we go. You don't want all these bits of stuff wedging under the wheels of the board lifter, so you always want to make sure your floors are clear. Let me just show you something else I've been doing while I remember. Just show you this while I remember, because you can see the remnants of it in my rubbish tub. Putting a torch on so you can see. One of my previous comments, I had all this tape on the plastic pipes, and the idea of the tape is that so you can scan the wall and your metal detector will pick up the foil tape so you know where the plastic pipes are. A gentleman made a comment to me that it shouldn't be on the plastic pipes, and he was 100% correct. So I've been taking it all off. It was an absolute bugger to get off. Still a few remnants. So I'm in the process of taking all that off. I've got that to do. Some bits up there, and then I'm going to be sticking it on the back of my plasterboards, which is where it should have been in the first place. So I'm just going to go up and mark my joist ends. Well, they're not joist ends. me buttons, just so that I know where I can, because it'll be covered up once I stick my plasterboard up here. One there. Here we go. Well, like that. God, I like that. That was fantastic. Screw gun out today. Got a few screws in it. That was so easy, but the thing what I found awkward, because I haven't got a scaffolding up in here, normally I have my head. I'd look at my joist there, I'd look at my timber there, and I'd sight it through. Because I was at an angle, I struggled to see where to sight it. They're all in, but what I've done, I just went up with my spirit level and put some pencil lines on, because it was easier. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, just sight them through and put some pencil lines on, just so I can see where to nail better. That's on there, lovely. Take the brake off, wind her up. Get through the hole. Oh, it's up. I will be 100% honest. Years ago, if I was working with anybody and they drew lines on the plasterboards, I would have seriously taken the piss out of them. Now look at me. Well, I got those up. Eventually, and why I'm saying eventually, so I had my screw gun, and it stopped pushing the screws in. So took it all out, checked the screw head which is in there, all looked fine, came out all alright, couldn't see anything wrong. Tried the screws, won't screw them in. tried 3 or 4 different strips of screws, just wouldn't engage it. And then you know when you do something and you go, you cock. I'd caught that with my thumb, so it was in reverse. So I must have lost 25 minutes. Right, this one will be interesting because it's going up there on a slope. I did think about putting it on its hooks, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping that it'll go up against the wall and then the bottom of the wall will hold it. Oh, shit. Well, it was sort of working. I didn't film it going up because it was too bloody fiddly and buggering about, but it's up. I can't get it tight across over there because of these plasterboards, but I've got it there. I just need to square it up, and then I'm going to screw it up there and I'll put a cut in there. But it went all right. Got to make sure the wheels are locked, because when it's going up it slides it, pushes it back. But I couldn't have done that on my own without this. It's difficult trying to film because everything's so close, it's such a small room. So I've cut a board to go up there. I've got it on the thing, and I've got these up. I really want them there. Just difficult pushing the board down. So let's get this wound up now and see how we go. I also got that board in there, I just need a cut for up there. That works there, so I'm going to get it screwed up. So where I've got my noggins in there, put my insulation in at this side because I won't get it in once I put this next board on. All the other insulation I can get in from that side. So I'm just putting plasterboard on. I'll get the next one on now. Boarded all the ceiling and the slope. And why you see the expanding foam on the edges and where there's gaps, little gaps, I've got an air test. And when you do your air test, you really need to be thinking about it right from foundations, because otherwise you need your air test for your completion certificate for building control. If you fail your air test when it's the finished house, you're just going round carrying out repairs and trying to find where air is leaking, and it's surprising where it will leak out the building, you know. And if you've got tiny little gaps the size of a pencil head, you know, if you've got 20 of them, you'll fail. So you really need to be right from day one sealing and thinking about where air is gonna leak, and I can't stress that enough. The first time I ever did an air test, it was on the Matalan in Scarborough. I was one of the management team on that, and the gentleman who I was with, I'd never done an air test before, and he said, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. And we failed miserably. But that was good for me because I learned so much from that. And touch wood, I've done maybe 25 air tests since then. I've never had one fail. So you really do, and I've done big office blocks and houses. Did we air test a school? Can't remember the schools. But anyway, you just need to be thinking about it from day one. And if you don't know anything about an air test, and you've got to have one, when you get your SALP CACs done, they may carry out the air test for you. Ask them for their checklist sheet, and you can use it as an aide-memoire, and it will be helping you right from day one of things what you need to be looking at and thinking of. Just don't think because they've plastered out a room, it'll pass. It won't. There's a lot more to it than that. Oh, my knife, it's over there. God, there's bloody everyone in here. We'll get a screw in it and then I can get my knife. And yes, I am going to stick some lines down to help me with my nailing. Please feel free to take the piss out of me in the comments. too dark to see in there. I've got all the ceiling done and I've got that big wall done. I'm just going to start this big ceiling in here now, I think. Well, just have an hour on it, see how we go. Right, that's me done. I've got those up and those in the other room, so I'm pleased with that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.